Yo, yo, yo. Can you hear me? Microphone checker. Yep. All right. Everything's up. We can't hear you. There we go. Yeah, I just had to turn the sound on. It's because I unplugged this mic because I flipped the boom over the Lazy Boy because it's on here because the boom won't fit on my computer desk currently because there's not enough of a bite. So I have a piece of half-inch or inch plywood under my 23 bow front that has enough of an overhang that I can put the boom on. Let me go grab a beer and get some lights on. Just give me a minute, and I'll start sending out the links for the Google here. Which David would stream more often? David got really busy. I don't blame him for not streaming. All right, guys, give me a minute. Hopefully, I don't unplug this thing like I usually do, because that's a pain in the butt. Let's see. Lights now. Bear time. Now, I'm just going to do this like that. And hopefully, I don't unplug this damn thing. If you guys lose sound, just say something in the chat. I got to play limbo. Now, let me flip this back around. Do that. Here, I'll just hold this so I don't. I got to really change this setup and get this boom somewhere else. All right, there we go. Now that I have a couple beers. Let's see. Let's see what the chat's been saying because I haven't been here. So, boop. We're back up to 12. If people could share this back out to the fish fam world, that'd be greatly appreciated. All right. I'm going to have to open up Google Hangouts and start sending the invites out for anyone that has to do it. Dan Slee, join the Hangout. You were in this video call. So let me grab this because for some reason, you think the Google Hangouts would transfer properly into the YouTube chat. But for some reason, it does not. So let me put this, put that there, send that to there, send that to there, send that to there. What I do is I just pick the last like 10 Google Hangouts that were sent to me or whatever, and I just throw it in those chats, and people can find it that way. Nick the Dick and Fish Tropic. Fish Big 808. What's up, Nick?
Not too much.
Don't mind me. I'm just loading up like all the chats, old chats that are like from like 8 months ago and stuff like that.
Captain.
Yo.
Add Tim to the Hangout.
Add who?
He was just drumming.
Tim?
Yeah.
All right, let me find Tim. I have a stream with him in here. Like I said, I'm going through like 20 or 25 of my last streams through Hangouts, and just throwing the link in every one of them. Just to find it, because some of those Hangouts had 10 or 12, 13 people in them, or 10 anyways. Eric B., that's March 9th.
Throwing away trash. What?
You can give them the link too. Would it be easy if you sent them the link, Jason?
How do I do that?
Or Nick, if you have Tim on there?
Hold on a sec.
Just because I can't see all the people's names from the live stream.
I have him on Facebook. I'll go that way.
Actually, what is it? What's his thing? What's his name? I could find Tim.
Timothy Michael.
Timothy Michael. Timothy Williams? I don't know who that is. I don't think that's him. Michael.
I got him. I just sent him a message on Facebook.
With the link?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So here we go. Teresa Cookie says, at Captain Savage Aquatic, my dog said your Oscars are beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Fish. Jason.
Yep.
I got a copyright strike against that last live stream.
Which one?
Not last night, but 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago. The stream before I went to my mother-in-law's for you playing that song.
Oh, shit.
It's no big deal. I just obviously I'm too small to monetize. I just won't be able to monetize that. Oh, look at that. Christian's in here. What's up, Christian? Long time no see.
What's up?
Long Island Fish Guy. Let me look up you. So is that how you are in Google? I'll look up Long Island Fish Guy and send you a link. Hold on. Where's the search? New conversation. Long Island. Long Island Fish Guy. No, what's your... oh, okay. I got you. Show.
The thing is, I just saw a notification from Aquarium Cop. Yeah, I just saw that.
I know why that is monetized. That's why that song is monetized.
Yep. I know.
Frozen song.
I know why. Because you can't play copyrighted stuff in the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
All right.
Let's drop it.
Anthony. There you go, buddy. I sent it.
If there is a Vietnamese version of that Frozen song, Let It Go, it will be called Let It Fall.
All right, let me open this.
Who's
who's like gobbling up the mic right now?
Am I gobbling my mic?
You're a little close. Yo. Hey, what's up, Anthony?
He's sitting there licking the mic.
Yeah, right. It's
You can hear the tongue action.
Nick, you're supposed to talk to the mic.
My mic working? Yeah, my mic works.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
What is up, Mike?
What up?
Now this is going to be a crazy live stream. I like me likeys.
All the nuts in the house.
What's up, Big Easy? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
More like a bag of nuts.
What'd you say?
What?
He said more like a bag of nuts.
Mm-hmm. Priscilla's like, who dat? All right, I missed half the friggin' whatever they're saying in chat. If you get too many copyright strikes, they will ban you from streaming for 90 days. I get rid of my copyright strikes. I remove the song. So probably a 15 or 20 second of words was removed from the video. I took it right out. Actually, if the person that threw the copyright strike at you doesn't care, as long as they can monetize it on their behalf, they won't get. You'll be fine. It still lets the video play. It's just fine. But I got rid of the song out of it because they can separate it now. Before they couldn't.
Where will my camera not turn
David
on? There we go.
Says Priscilla, I need something special for the fish room.
No, it's not a turtle.
I thought it was for
Fishies. Fishies. Come on now.
All right, since we haven't done this.
I thought I saw a turtle.
So what's the topic? What's the topic?
Hey, hold on. Let's do this first. Why don't everyone go through here, kind of introduce themselves, talk a short blurb, what got them into the hobby, stuff like that. Real quick, brief, what they're keeping for fish at the moment. That way, anyone that's new to this stream, which most of these guys are regulars, we can just get to know each other. You know what I mean?
You gotta remember the playback, man.
Yeah.
Years from now, people are gonna be watching it.
Exactly. So let's see. Anthony, you want to start out? I'm just going to say from left to right on my side.
That's me, Long Island Fish Guy. What up? So yeah, I'm from Long Island. I was in the hobby when I was a kid. Basically, my dad had fish tanks and stuff. Took a little break, and now I don't know if you guys can see me, but I got all these tanks down here. Got a 125, 75 with a Stingray, 29 gallon, 10 gallon, 5 gallon, a bunch of different tanks. But I have a channel too, Long Island Fish Guy. Check it out. Little plug there. I'm small too, so.
Yeah, it's okay. You guys can plug your channel. I don't care. Like, it's all good. I'm not like that. Priscilla says, no one cares, David. All right. So how about you, Big Easy?
I just thought I'd warn you. They've been demonetizing channels that do that, though.
What's that?
That plug their stuff on other people's channels.
I don't care. I don't have enough people yet to even worry about it.
I know.
My bad.
I mean, as long as the owner of the channel shouldn't really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put everyone in here anyways.
It's all stating.
Yeah, I'm gonna put everyone in the description anyways after this.
New rules.
All right, Big Easy, you want to introduce yourself? Oops.
So what you want to know? How long I've been a fish hobby?
Yeah, this like real brief. What got you into the fish hobby? What you keeping for fish right now?
I started when I was like in my 10, 11 years old, 20-gallon tank. I've been in the hobby since I was 10 years old.
I'd say 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
11, 12 years old.
Yep.
Yeah. About my mom's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's boyfriend would take me out on the lake, and then we'd catch We'd catch little guppies, and we'd put them in the tank for the big Oscar to eat.
Oh,
Shit
that
like
was
that.
nice.
Yeah.
Go down Lake Erie and we catch catfishes. Then we catch them nasty sheepheads.
Yeah.
Them ugly things.
Cool.
Look at all those fish.
Yeah, I always had a fish tank. I don't know what I'd do without a fish tank. I think I wouldn't be able to sleep at night without a fish tank now. It's so addicting.
We'd all have a lot more money.
Yeah, right.
I would. That's for certain.
I'll make a fish tank.
I've spent thousands of dollars on fish tanks, man. Saltwater and fresh.
Yeah.
No, I got fish's containers at my house. If there's a will to put a bowl together, it's anything. I find anything to make a fish tank out of. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm going to make a fish tank.
And that's what I like about you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I go to sleep at night like I'm going to sit here. I'm going to figure a way how to make a fish tank out of something. If there's a will, I'm going to make a fish tank. I don't know what I'm going to. I don't know. I might think of something like I'm going to figure a way how to make this fish live in this bowl, and I do it. Right now I got 4 containers of plecos. Heather sent me some super red plecos. She sent me 6 of them. They 5 months now. I'm going to have to wait a couple months. And I'm going to see how long it'll take me to breed the plecos. I think now my most fish I like now is Bristol-nose plecos.
Right.
I think I done turned into a breeder.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've turned into a cyclic breeder.
Because it's always been Tetris. But I never could breed no Tetris. But now, if I get my head over to a pleco, I'm going to breed that pleco. I just had to get some. Right now, it's super red plecos.
I've named this little cichlid here Mighty Mite. Because he's little. Look at him. That thing's tiny.
Right.
Look at all the other ones in there.
Now, Nick, you already introduced yourself, right? Real quick.
Yep.
All right,
I
Fish
think so.
Tropic. You want to do it, and then Christian, you'll be the last one, and then we can continue on with the bullshitting about fish stuff.
Yeet.
Well, everyone pretty much knows who I am that's here, but for those that are like don't know who I am, I've been on YouTube for probably 2 years now, maybe a little longer than that. I don't know. How do you
Fish
check
Tropic,
that?
you've been on like almost as long as I have since I gotten back into the fish hobby up here.
What has
like
it been then? Like
Three
3 years?
and a half. Three and a half.
Feels like it's more than 4.
Man, time flies.
Yeah.
It's been at least 4 or 5 here.
But I don't know. I first started just like taking video of fish, putting it on. My first top 5 followers were probably Destin's Fish Tanks, Rico's Reef Tank, KG Tropical. There's a couple more. Rachel O'Leary. I think I stumbled onto Captain Savage, Sergeant Tanks.
Yeah, we got the original triple threat going.
You know, there's a lot of channels that I just stumbled into, and then I just started like doing a bit of reviews here and there. I'm sponsored by a few people in the city. I do custom repair jobs, just pretty much anything you can think of in the freshwater like field of stuff. Anything saltwater, I tend to give that out to people that are really like, I think in my eyes,
Advanced
professionals.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to second guess anything that they're saying because I know they either hold a degree or a PhD or some kind of biology degree behind their knowledge base. So, it's, and a lot of people are really home taught, to tell you the truth. A lot of people don't go to school for biology and stuff like that. So, if they
I went to bio.
Well, like I said, if they do, they're more or less going into the saltwater field of things because, like, I think more of those schools are out on, like, where the oceans are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm in Toronto. I think you can go to the University of Waterloo and take a course there now, finally, but they didn't always offer it.
Yeah, no. Not all these places offer it. To me, it's like Washington or Portland.
Yeah. Like, but, like, there's other jobs that you can find, like environmental jobs and stuff like that also, but,
But you gotta have degrees for all that.
Yeah. You have to have some form of education.
That's what I'm working towards.
Oh, there's the man himself, David Betancourt. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
But
My hair is in my face.
For the most part, I've been fish keeping for probably 20 plus years now, on and off. Managed a few stores. I don't know. I know
if I were to
a little
say
bit
years,
about everything.
I'd say 11.
I know a little bit
say
of
11
everything.
Because 11 sounds right.
Right.
I it's so weird because I turned 35 this year, so it's like, wow.
Holy shit!
I'm only 27.
I've had fish around.
Bless you.
Long time.
I've got a cough, so.
Cool. All right. So, are you all set, Jason?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. How about you, Christian? And then we'll get David as the last guy, and then we'll start going.
All right. Well, all right. Let's see where to start here. Oh yeah. Let's. Well, when I was like a little kid, I've always there's always a fish tank in my house. Like it comes and goes some of the time. But when I officially started, it actually was when I first came to Houston. I had an aquarium that had 2 turtles in it. Yeah, and that didn't last too long. I had gave it to somebody else. Then when I started living in the trailer, then when I moved at a trailer park, my dad actually found a fish tank that was laying on the side of the road. Then I thought to myself, this is a perfect fit for African cichlids. It was a 30-gallon tank. It was somewhat ideal. So I decided to start off fish keeping from there. A lot of people say that's something you shouldn't do, but I did it anyways, and
Mhm.
I ended up here. I started looking up like how to take care of them and all of that. The first person that actually came about that actually showed me was a video from KG Tropicals. It was like a beginner's guide to African cichlids. It was showing which he was showing what kind of cichlids he had, like the bicolors, the frontosas, the all of them. That's when I learned that there was three lakes, and the fishes you see in the store are not actually from Africa. They were braided. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it was pretty interesting on that. And then I started looking at yeah, if ha, anybody remember Mass Aquariums? Y'all
Yeah.
remember him? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was another one that I like looked at. He said he was telling me like, oh, like it's easy, like don't be afraid of getting in like an African cichlid tank. Like I wanted an African cichlid tank. I got an African cichlid tank. That's what he was saying in his videos, and that's what like actually inspired me to do that. Then I started looking more, and then I started looking more at KG Tropicals. Then he mentioned, then he mentioned Jay Wilson. I went to him and then started learning more, and then progressing and progressing and progressing. That's how I ended up here. And then I started expanding. Started keeping more than just African cichlids. I started keeping like goldfish now and all of that. That's when I started looking at solid gold aquatics, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, that's what brought me to the fish keeping world, and that's how I expanded, and it was through there.
And what kind of fish do you keep right now?
Right now, I'm keeping I keep African cichlids at my place, and my parents' place. The pond is over there. So yeah. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring the pond around, with me, but I was able to bring the 75-gallon tank with me.
Gotcha.
You know what I would
Hmm.
like to see happen? Like all the aquarium clubs, instead of like holding auctions, just maybe hold like little formal meetings where you bring stuff in to give away for free. And then, like, say if you're gonna charge anything for it, all that money goes towards like bringing in like a new species from somewhere,
Hmm.
and then like just getting someone who's like one of the top breeders in the club to start breeding it out and dispersing it throughout the club, right? I think the fund should be going to bringing in fish or saving species instead of just raising funds for clubs or whatever it may be for. I I don't know. I think things could be differently approached.
I know there's some
Sounds like
online
raffling.
clubs that do that.
Hmm.
Well, it's more or less like you could do a lot more if you were to bring in like say zebra plecos,
Right.
right? You put all the money that you raise through the auctions into just bringing in a whole bunch of them or knowing people that have them and just start mass
It's
producing
hard to
them.
get them in Canada, right?
No, 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 man. No, man. I can find them no problem. I can get them at 1.5 inches for like $100.
Hey, Jason, can I cut you off real
That's
quick?
expensive.
Or you guys, can we just let David kind of introduce himself real quick, get him done, and then we can go from there? Not to be rude, just.
Dave's Dave's smoking a fag, man. He's cool. He's chilling.
Do you think?
Well, I've been keeping fish for like 4 years now, like steady. Growing up, my father always had multiple fish tanks. I've always like treat hobby. Uh, when I was younger though, I was in sport, all that other stuff. I wasn't like I didn't have time for it. But I was running the street, playing sports, whatever. But a few years ago, my father got back into it. Kind of sparked interest. So what I did was my daughter always wanted a fish tank. So I bought her a little 5 gallon tank. And from there, I just got hooked. It's like dream. I want to keep upgrading. So I went from 5 gallon, 10 gallon to 30 gallon, 55, 75. Now I got 120, 25. Got more. Um, yes, my initial what I was initially intrigued by was monster fish. I still love monster fish, but I kind of had to downscale a little bit and get smaller fish just for the sake of my pockets because I couldn't afford to keep buying bigger and bigger and bigger tanks for these fish. Uh, if anybody knows, when I first started, I had Pacu, and they got extremely large. I mean, and very, very fast. It killed me to get rid of them, but I was looking out for being the rest of the fish that was tank. They're known for being tank busters and all of that. And I couldn't concentrate at work. I wasn't home thinking if they're gonna bust out the glass or something like that. So I went into African cichlids. Um, and I bred I had a couple of successful, batches from them. I still have them. They're growing out, but yeah. So I mean, and slowly but surely, I'm starting to drift towards back towards monster fish, but I'm looking at more aggressive monster fish now, like South American cichlids, devils, and all that. Texas cichlids. The cichlids that get pretty big, they're not gonna outgrow what I have. So I mean, that's pretty much my story. You know what I mean? I found YouTube by accident, pretty much. I was just looking up how to do a fish tank, and I ran into a few people. I decided to start documenting. I never tried to be like YouTuber or nothing like that. I'm just documenting my adventures with the hobby. You know what I mean? My enjoy it, what I enjoy doing now that I'm older and I'm a lot more calm than what I used to be. I find it very therapeutic. So I figure let me share with everybody and let them see what I see. You know what I mean? And that's how I ran into all you guys, which is pretty awesome because I've met some really, really, really cool people. I met some really, really thoughtful people. Um, I consider a lot of you guys more family than family, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, that's pretty much my story. I don't have a long story. I've been keeping fish consistently for a short amount of time. Still learning as I go. I'm also having a lot of problems recently. Um, so the reason why I haven't been doing videos, um, and this is me being real. I don't hide nothing from nobody. Um, the kitchen has been remodeled here, and the python doesn't fit the sink anymore. So me being lazy and not wanting to carry buckets, I went outside and grabbed the garden hose and started doing water changes with the garden hose. And unfortunately, I don't know if you guys know about Florida water, but it's terrible. Like the water quality here is terrible. And I didn't know why I didn't think of that.
Just as
I didn't know why I didn't think of that in the first place, but it ended up polluting my tank. And my tank, I'm having a lot of problems trying to keep my koi tank clear. It's terrible. I mean, it is what it is. Um, I'm pretty sure I can get it back to the way it was. But I just gotta be patient, and that's something I lack. Is patience. I don't have a lot of patience. It's driving me nuts, man. It's driving me nuts. So I've been kind of laying low, wait until I get this house and starting my fish room. So I can start everything all over and really, really get back into the swing of things. But for now, I just been working and trying to stack money, more tanks, right?
Right. That's all about MTS, right?
That's right. More money, more tanks.
Right.
I'm excited about what I got planned in the future. I'm sure everybody else is gonna.
All right. Hey, David, KG Cichlids has a question. Did you test your water to see what the issue was? Was it high ammonia? Do you know?
I tested the water. The ammonia levels are very, very low, and the nitrate levels have always been high because of, it comes out of the tap high. But yeah, my pH is on point. I mean, everything is pretty much good. Put it like this: my koi tank has better water parameters than my cichlid tank, but my cichlid tank looks 1,000 times better. So I don't know what the problem is. My only guess is I didn't have this problem before I started using the garden hose. As soon as I started using the garden hose, within a week, my tank turned very murky. It's like a yellowish, greenish color water. Um, the last video I posted a few days ago, I kind of went through it, explained, you know, my theory on what happened. Um, I actually got it to clear up very, very good, but within 2 days, it was right back to the way it was. So me personally, I think, you sit something sits in water for so long, it absorbs it, regardless of what it is, whether it's plastic, whether it's sand, it's any. So my guess is I cleared the tank. I did the humongous water change. I did the flush. I didn't want to stress the fish out by taking them out and doing 100% water change and then leaving them in the bucket until the water reaches temperature and all that other stuff. So I just basically left the siphon on one side, sucking water out, and on the other side, I was dumping water in until everything cleared. Now, my theory on why it got back to the way it was is because I didn't take any decor out. I didn't take the sand out and wash it. So my guess is whatever polluted the water polluted everything inside the tank also. And since I cleared the water, it seeped off, seeped out the sand, seeped off the decor, rocks, and all that stuff. And it's right back to the way it was. So me personally, I don't know what it is. Like
It sounds like high phosphate level, possibly, because you can't really test for that unless you got a specialized kit.
Exactly. So I mean, it's as far as my fish's health, my fish are eating, they're growing, they're still highly active in there. I haven't had any fish loss in that tank, so it's not harming my fish, hopefully, because they're still behaving in the way they normally do. They're not showing any erratic behavior, but it's just a sore sight to see. And being one of my show tanks dead smack in the middle of the living room is very embarrassing when it looks like I don't know what I'm doing. And I have 5 other tanks running that I have no problem with. So it's obviously not me, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Hey, we've all been there, man.
I don't know what the problem is, but I haven't had this issue until I started using the garden hose. So
now, someone said you should get a food grade drinking water hose type thing. That might, because there might be chemicals leaching, but I doubt it's the garden hose, honestly, because most garden hoses are rubber or some type of you know what I mean?
well, let me specify that. I don't mean exactly the garden hose. I mean, all right, so you know how anybody that knows housing, all right, especially like construction or whatever,
Yeah.
houses have uh, filter system,
Right.
water softener system, a filter system. So
Mm-hmm.
get the water from inside, it actually gives the water a chance to go through the housing filter system to the tank, which is why I think I never had problems before. But getting it from outside water faucet, which is attached to the garden hose, that water comes directly from the municipal water source. So I'm getting whatever it is that's in that water into my tank. That's my theory. I can't say that I'm right. I can't say that I'm wrong. But from my experience, while I was using my Python on the kitchen sink, I never had this problem. But since I can't use Python on the sink anymore, it doesn't fit. I decided to go with the garden hose because I didn't want to carry buckets doing a 50% water change on 120 and 125 gallon tanks.
Now, let me ask you this, David. With that, can you get the fitting? You know how you can get a brass fitting or a metal fitting
Right,
to
right.
upsize it. You know what I mean? If it's too big or too small, you can down. You know what I mean?
So
You got the one that.
here's the problem with that. That the sink that they chose to put in their kitchen is one of those newest sinks where the head is like this big and it has a switch on it that switches from like shower to like stream and all that.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
And it pulls out. So you can like hose down the sink or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean with the faucet. There's no
Gotcha.
screw piece for me to take that off to
Mm-hmm.
put the python onto. So it doesn't fit. It's a one piece deal. You can't remove the head from it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the issue I'm having now. Typically, what I would have did was go to the bathroom and unscrew the sink in the bathroom and put, which I can do that. The problem is I don't have a long enough hose to reach from the bathroom to where my tanks are.
Gotcha.
It was long enough from the kitchen because the kitchen is right next to the living room, which is
Mm-hmm.
5-10 feet away. But the bathroom is down the hallway around the corner.
Now, do you have a long enough garden hose where you could just get the fitting all the way
Nah.
there?
Not
You need
brand
a 100-foot python is what you need.
Yeah, he has a python,
I have
but he
a
needs another length. You probably need another 25 feet or something, right?
Yeah, you
Exactly.
probably need
I
like
probably need another 50 feet, which I'm working on now. E-Money offered to send me his python that he's not using, so he said it's 100-footer, so it should reach from the bathroom
Oh, Jesus.
to the
That'll reach probably from one end of your house to the other.
right.
You know?
So
You know, you could use this this filter thing that connects to the hose. It'd probably take the phosphate out.
what filter? What filter?
Yeah, I don't know. I remember seeing it on YouTube ads. It's something that's like it makes the water safe for like plants and other type of like
aquatic life.
aquatic life. Yeah,
It sounds like almost like an RODI system that you just hook up to your hose, you
Right.
know, or a
That's-
carbon filter, you know?
That's not a bad idea.
Mhm.
But you know, like I said, I don't plan on using garden hose anymore. Like
Mhm.
I'm not even using outside water source anymore. This has been like a stressful headache for me. If anybody knows how OCD I am, my fish tank, I'm very OCD with them, and having this tank like that where you can't see the fish that's up on the glass, it's driving me like I literally walk by that tank and want to kick it.
Hey, you know what you could do too? So Priscilla's bringing up, why don't you get a UV, you know, sterilizer or whatever? Because it's probably a big algae bloom. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and that'll clear the water real
Now,
quick.
my initial thought was, see, I had this old filter on it that I bought. That it came with the tank I bought. I bought the tank used.
You're right.
And the gentleman had the filter with it. Now, Larry is getting really big in that tank, and he has his little episodes. He starts smacking into things, and he was knocking off the intake for the hang on the back. Now I have a hang on the back and a canister on it. So my initial thought was, okay, I come home from work, I see the filter's off. I don't know how long it's been off, so I have to remove it and clean it so I don't push ammonia into my tank. So I did that. I put it back on. Tank kept getting cloudy. I'm like, okay, maybe I killed off too much bacteria. So what I did was I went and I bought the bacteria in the bottle. Okay? Quick start, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And I literally used the whole bottle on the tank. And you know, I've been testing my water constantly to see if anything changes. And I'm getting normal readings that I would get if I wasn't having this issue. So I don't know. I don't know what else to do besides just, and I don't want to keep flushing it out because I'm dumping all that chlorine. I'm not giving the chlorinator a chance to activate, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, exactly. And other people saying use like Purigen. There's other ones like the Fluval Max, the phosphate remover, where you add it to your, you know, to one of your canister filters shelf.
We need that zeolite, son.
Move a pad that's inside my canister filter.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it may be worn out. It could be, you know, I've had it for a while, so You know, I just rinse it out with tank water like I do everything else in the filter. So I don't know if it's actually working anymore, or if it's just acting as a mechanical filter. I me personally, I don't know. I haven't dealt with it that long. You know what I mean? But
Gotcha.
I really don't know. I'm bashing my head against the wall trying to figure out how am I gonna keep this clean, because when I flushed it, I actually used the water from inside. So that's why it's my theory that whatever polluted the water the first time stuck to everything, and once
Hmm.
I cleared the water, it seeped out into the water. So
Gotcha.
hopefully I can, because I have plans tomorrow to spend the whole day literally cleaning that tank. Like I don't want to start it all over again. Take the fish out, put them in a bucket, remove all the water, clean everything in it, because I'm moving in a couple of weeks into the new house, and I don't want to have to put the fish through that twice in a month. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Taking them out, putting them back in, taking them out, putting them back in. I don't want to stress them and
Hmm.
eventually lose fish.
Right.
I've had these fish for a long time, and especially those koi fish, they belong to my wife. I don't want to risk the chance of them going into shock or whatever, you know.
I hear you. It was, not to take you off your story. I lost my 14 or 15-inch koi that was in there, the orange one that wasn't doing well. It was like the first koi added to the 125. Somehow, some way, I was gone at work and it hopped out, or during the night, and I didn't hear it flopping around. That thing was beautiful, like orange and
Oh
like
yeah,
had
I
a white head.
remember it. I remember it.
Oh yeah, dude. The thing, like when I measured it, actually, I said 14 or 15. I think it was almost 16 inches long.
Yeah, that's about the size of mine. Like if you look at mine from the side, I have two in there. That I have a white one and I have an orange one, which is killer, the one that eats everything that I put in there.
Hmm.
Um, when they turn to the side, now a 120 is 18 and a half inches deep,
You're right.
front to back. And literally there's maybe like 2, 3 inches from their tail to the back wall,
Gotcha.
but while their nose is touching the front of the glass. So
Right.
that's why I estimate them at the size they're at. I've never actually measured them, but I use that as a measuring tool. And yeah, I mean, I have a pretty good eye. I'm not gonna say I got a sharp eye, but I got a pretty good eye to tell that they're well over 14 inches.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So I don't want to put them through that stress, you know what I mean, of taking them out now, doing 100% water change, cleaning it, because once I move the tank, I'm gonna end up starting it all over again anyway. So
Right.
I just don't want my tank to look like swamp water. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, like people are saying
you
in the chat, you only got a couple weeks till you move. Either
Right.
throw a cheap carbon block on it, like cut that garden hose. I know you said you're not going to use it, but if that's your only option to refill, um, maybe throw a small carbon block on it just to take whatever's out. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, I'm just basically going old school right now. Using five
Yeah.
gallon buckets, bro.
Gotcha.
I can't risk it anymore. You know what I mean? Who
Hmm.
knows what's in that water? It changes so often here. The stuff they put in the water, the municipal water source, not consistent. The only thing that's consistent with it is pH level. Everything else goes all over the.
I can tell you what it is.
What you think it is?
It's chloramine and ammonia or ammonium.
Like I said, I've been testing for ammonia, and I treat it for chlorine and chloramine every time I do a water change, whether it's inside or outside. So uh, my normal routine has changed, and my my readings and my water testing aren't
Uh,
showing me any different. It's just the sight of the water that's showing different. So,
yeah, and I had that same issue in California. I moved, and I don't have that issue anymore.
yeah, like anybody that lives in Florida will tell you water here is bad. Like even the inside water, it goes through its filter system or whatever. But you
Hmm.
don't want to drink tap water.
Oh hell
It's
no!
it's not.
you probably have a lot of fluoride in your water in
It,
Florida.
to be honest with you, there's a lot of something in here, and
Hmm.
I'm just not. I'm not with taking that risk. going direct outside.
Yeah.
I'd rather just muscle up, suck it
Mhm.
up,
Well,
and
do you
start
know if
drinking
your
all
new
the water.
place is gonna have an option where you can go and hook like an RODI system up?
I plan on doing that because there's other fish that I plan on keeping that I
Mhm.
need the RODI system. I also plan saltwater setup
Dave,
that I'm gonna need a RODI system. So yeah,
Dave,
Oh, you get
yeah.
you need to grab a UV sterilizer, man.
Now that I do need. I actually I'm trying to get it off my father. He's not using it right now, but he don't want to give it up. So
Man,
right.
if I lived
well,
near you, I'd give you mine.
hey, you only if you could let you borrow for a couple of days. That's all it
Yeah,
probably would take to run that for like 2 days. It
yeah,
probably clear whatever bacteria blooms in there up.
yeah. I believe me. I'm gonna pry it out. The problem I'm having right now, and here's my most problematic issue that I just bought a house. So all my money just literally went to the house. Like
Did
I'm
the house Does the
right.
house have a good water system?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know.
Oh,
I
you,
haven't
you
I
didn't
haven't
test
moved
it.
in yet. No,
Do you live behind a lake?
I haven't tested. No, I don't live by anywhere near water. so
Mm,
so
dang, there goes the lake water then.
yeah. So I mean, well, you know,
There goes the neighborhood.
there goes the neighborhood. I'm taking everybody's fault. But so I mean, there's options. Unfortunately, the options right now are off the table for me because I'm not willing to spend the money right now for it. So I mean, it's going to take a little bit to recover. But
You got a backyard to your house?
yes, I have a very, very large backyard.
Oh, Davey's gonna get a swimming pool for his beasts.
I'm gonna put a pond. I'm gonna build a pond.
Or that.
That's in the plan. That's probably
It's my.
I'm gonna set up the fish room, but before I start hooking up the fish room, I need to hook up the pond so I can put those pond fish in it.
You know what's funny? I like when I get a backyard, I want to have a pond that's actually connected to the greenhouse. So during the winter months, like the waterfall and everything will be in the greenhouse running outward.
That's a good idea. That's a good
So,
idea.
because like I want to have koi in there, like some expensive ones.
Right. Right.
So I want them in and out.
That's pretty
Like the
much what I want
thousand
to do.
dollar koi, $1,000 koi.
Yeah.
$250 koi.
Yeah.
Oh, come
That's
on,
about what mine's
come
over
on,
right
tropic.
now. My
My
two.
koi became from metallic green to metallic orange. Is that normal?
I
No
mean,
clue.
to be honest with you, I don't know if it's normal or not. Some koi change color. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Could
I
be a
don't know if
top.
they
Okay.
dramatically change color, but sometimes
Yeah,
there's color in koi that you don't see until they grow out, or in the water parameters that they prefer.
what you
Um,
feed it.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Spirulina.
Yeah, well, your fish is probably going to turn green if you feed
Yeah,
it spirulina.
yeah. Also, his
Yeah.
diet too. You're right, but
Yeah.
I can't tell you if that's normal or not because I haven't experienced it. I've experienced color changes, but I wouldn't say color changes. I would say
Pigment.
maturity. You know what I mean?
Mm.
The older they got, more colors come out. But
Yeah.
for
And
the most part,
the more colors they lose, and the more colors that actually come out of them.
right.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He's still a good looking fish. It's just I wasn't expecting him to change from green to orange. Like a black moor. You know how black moors turn orange after a while.
Right.
Really?
Right.
I've never
Now,
seen.
Yeah.
I've never
also
seen that.
too, I keep
I
my
actually
koi
had that
fish.
happen once.
Huh.
My koi fish are in the tank with tropical fish. Believe it or not. Um, a lot of people say that they're cold water species. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have to live in cold water. That just means that they can live in cold
Mhm.
water. Um, but everywhere has a summer, and everywhere it has a
As
summer
a winter.
reaches 80, 90 degrees, so that water gets warm
Oh
anyway.
yeah,
So
and
they
that's what usually kicks them into spawning.
right, right. So that is why I'm able to keep them at 78 degrees. They eat like horses, so their metabolism is high because I got the water warm, which is good to me because the more they eat, the faster they grow.
Yeah, because I know even when I go fishing, the carp are spawning when it's like dead hot, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
but hopefully I can get it under control tomorrow. I plan on spending a lot of time. I I have no choice because I'm doing it by bucket, so it's gonna be a reasonable amount of time spent.
No,
Maybe
I would love to get into koi.
maybe just doing the same thing I did last time, flushing it out. This time I'm gonna take everything out of it out. I just don't want to.
What if you like catch a common carp and put it with your koi fish?
It will
It
work. I've
it
seen it.
it
You
may
seen
work
it?
as long
Yeah,
as the
I've seen
carp
it.
is not dramatically bigger.
No, same size.
As long
I
as
mean,
the carp can't fit the koi in its mouth, it's fine.
right, exactly. And the
Trust me, man.
same thing, vice versa. Don't think for a second that the koi won't
Oh
try and
yeah, no.
koi or
Some
they're
fish can be a carnivore. Just starve them long enough.
yeah they're ruthless. They don't play. I
I've
learned
seen some
that the hard,
beautiful carp, man.
I learned that the
Purple,
hard way.
gold. Man, I've seen carp that you wouldn't even believe the colors on them.
Yeah, yeah. There's some koi I want to get my hands on, man. I won't do it until I got the line. The six I have now is more than enough to start. So
Who's yawning on the stream? You're gonna get ejected.
it's contagious, right?
Ain't me.
Sorry, guys. I'm a bit sleepy.
This guy needs some oxygen, man. Yo, go turn your air pump up.
He needs to go to an O2 bar.
That's
You know what? I thought of a genius idea. Like in Vegas, how they have O2 bars at almost like 15 or 30 feet from each and every bar.
right.
Hey,
They have O2 bars in every bar.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, it don't. That's a lie.
I'm gonna give you guys a little sight of what I'm talking about. Maybe you guys can get a good idea of what I'm. Let me show you guys this real. Then I'm gonna come back outside for everybody. Let me show you guys what the tanks look.
Dave, you don't have any meters?
Meters for what, like TDS meters and stuff like that?
No, like your phosphate meter or all that stuff.
Nah, I don't
I
have
don't have any of that yet. Nope.
I don't have any of that either. I just have a
check,
simple test kit.
check it out.
I just ordered my Hannah checkers.
I'd love it if somebody ordered me some of those.
Wow.
I ordered the phosphate one and I ordered the calcium one.
Hey, David, you should totally get a sturgeon. I think that's going to be a perfect addition if you put that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at your tank and I'm like, this is missing a sturgeon.
That's an imbalance, man.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like it's mini cyclone.
Oof. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. It's some algae bloom going on there.
That's what most mini cycles are.
Phosphate
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
can kill fish in high numbers.
Look at that big koi. Wow. Wow.
Damn, but I like how they're just shrugging it off like it was nothing. Like, holy crap.
Well, it seems like David said, he's trying to keep the water parameters good. So once that eligibility will eventually take care of itself too.
Yeah,
That was my new thought,
just
but
kind of
Aren't there
make sure to keep the lights off.
aren't there
yeah,
water treatments to take out algae?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
Cami
remember
Pure.
seeing... Yeah, Cappy Pure is one of them. I remember seeing tablets that fizz up and then they start getting rid of the algae or something like that.
Yeah, but for his setup and his biomass of fish, he needs to be running some zeolite.
Yep.
Now, that was my initial thought was the bacteria bloom or whatever, the algae
Hmm.
bloom, mini cycle. But it didn't. I haven't had any fish deaths. So I mean,
Yeah.
and I haven't had any ammonia spike.
Mm.
So
Hmm.
to me, that can be a bacteria problem.
No, I don't think it's that. I just think, like I said, he probably got some high phosphates in there. You know.
Right.
He is right though. Some
Which can happen.
Yep.
bacteria, some algae can also be, I want to say viral and carry viruses.
I mean, but wouldn't the fish display? Wouldn't this if it was something like that? Wouldn't the fish display some type of discomfort? They
There were telltale signs. Yes, the fish would be like swimming around unusually, like at the top of the water.
right now. See, you see how they were. They're it's like
Yeah.
to them it's nothing. It's just okay, whatever. But it's more of a sore sight than anything. Now, I initially thought
What kind of filters are you running, Dave?
I'm running right now. I'm running two filters on there. I'm running a Cascade 1000, which is 270 something or 260 something gallons per hour. Now with the media, that's probably like 250 gallons per hour. And then I'm running a Aquaclear 110, which is another 500
Mm.
gallons per hour. So the tank is turning over well over 5, 6 times an hour. So it's turning.
And
You know what I mean?
how many fish are in the tank?
I have 6 koi. Nope. I have 5 koi. I lost one. Not due to this. Just I lost one time. Um, so I have 5 koi. I have two ballast sharks, Larry the iridescent shark, an angelfish, um, two tinfoil barbs, and two electric fluorocaras.
And
And,
the tank's 120 gallons.
and the tank's 120 gallons.
Mm.
Hmm.
There's really nothing in there besides that one piece of wood,
How
which
big how big are all the koi, like the average?
the 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 two there's two big ones that's like 15, 16 inches. That's the white and the orange one.
Mm.
Then there's a butterfly in there that's probably like 10 inches, and the other ones are babies, small. They're
And how often do you feed the fish tank?
I feed them once a day.
Once a day. What are you feeding them?
I'm feeding them pond boy pellets.
Koi pellets? Are they messy ones?
Not really. Now here that now I see where you're going with it, and typically what? All right, typically it's Florida bugs flying over. Um, typically I would I like I said I've been busting my head about this, and I haven't changed anything in my routine from feeding to maintenance to anything besides the garden getting water from the outside source. That's the only thing.
Have you been feeding the same pellets, or have you
Same
bought
this Nope, the
same
same
pellets
brand.
in the same bag for the
Yes,
last
for
couple
the
months?
last couple of years.
Couple of years?
Yes.
Well, that could be your problem right there.
I mean, I haven't had that problem before. It just it wouldn't I have these like if it was the food, I would have had some
I've
type
seen
of
it.
issue.
I've seen those koi pellets, man, really mess up water.
Really. But
What? Who like the pellets that you're buying? Who makes them?
well, I get the they come in a bottle. I get them from PetSmart and Petco. They come in a bag. I can't remember the brand. They come in a like 5 pound bag, and I take out the bag and I put them into a can, and I use the can to just feed them. I don't take it out the bag. So I mean, I don't. Me personally, I don't think it's the food because I would have had a problem. I've had these fish for years. I fed them the same thing. So I would have had some type of issue. Or, like I
I
said,
just I personally think it's your koi fish causing overload on your tank.
like what you mean, like a bio overload?
Because like goldfish in general, they don't have true stomachs. So when you feed them, they poo, they pee, right?
Right.
They're not retaining what you're giving to them like the other fish are.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I never
So,
I didn't think
you
about it
got
like
six
that.
big boys in there. They're
Well,
I don't know how much food exactly you feed.
I give them see my palm. They get a fistful of pellets once a day. That's it. And the reason for that is because I don't want to water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very careful. I don't overfeed. You know what I mean? They stay hungry after I'm done. Which
Mm.
and not just the boys, the tropical fish too. Like I walk up, I could feed them. They'll finish eating, and I'll walk up to the tank, and they're ready to eat again. Which
It,
that's a typical fish thing. But the way the way they ask for their food because they ask for their food. They smack the top of the lid. And they let me know that they're hungry. If I walk by the cabinet where the food is, they all start going crazy, even if I just finish feeding. So I'm very cautious on that, and I don't want to overload. I don't want to overload food. I don't want to overfeed them. Have a whole bunch of stuff around my tank.
have your
And,
light? Did
and
you leave your lights on for too long?
no, my lights are all they same amount of time as always. I wake up in the morning, I turn them on, I go to work, I come home from work, maybe 2 hours later, shut them. So I don't know what it's, it's no more than a normal daylight. You know what I mean? No more than a normal daylight on hours, which is what I try to replicate, being that they're pond fish.
That was
And
loud.
what's that?
Whatever that music was loud.
That was loud.
It
Somebody,
sounded like someone was getting a phone call.
somebody jamming. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
right.
I never changed anything in my routine, and I didn't have this problem at all. Though I started having this problem the week I changed using outside water for inside water. That's when I had the problem, and it was almost an immediate thing. So at first I was like, oh, maybe there's a lot of chlorine in the water outside. The water's really hard. I'm having a bacteria bloom or mini cycle. So I went and bought the beneficial bacteria in a bottle. I dumped the whole bottle in there without doing, I didn't do any water change because I thought it was bacteria and I didn't want to take out what I had in there. So I
Mm-hmm.
left the water alone literally for like 3 weeks and it just kept getting worse. That right there is very mild. If you guys go check out my last video, that's very mild compared to what it was. But if I leave it for another 2, 3 days, it's gonna be right back to the state it was in. So I need to jump on that immediately. And I was gonna do it today, but I'm not gonna lie, my lazy bone got the best of me. I did not feel like carrying buckets all day. So I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll get up nice and early. Hopefully by 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
done. So I mean, I- I have 3 buckets. That's 120 gallons. I gotta change, and I gotta flush it out. So
Do,
that's a lot.
yeah. Do you have to make it easier on yourself? Do you have like a power head anywhere where you could
I
hook up the tubing and pump the water out of the tank real
uh,
quick, and then
the
all you have to do is refill real quick? You know.
taking the water. That's exactly what I do. Taking the water out, I have no issues with because I have 2 heads that hook up to my python. So
Mm-hmm.
I disconnect one head, and the other head is a pump start. So I hook that up to the hose and I pump start it, and it takes the water out. I don't have to use the buckets to take the water out.
Mm-hmm.
I have to use the buckets to put the water in.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I can't remove the tops because I have tinfoil barbs and I have Larry the shark in there. They're jumpers. So if I don't drop the water to a certain level where they have no way to really get any umph in their jump, I can't remove it.
When I was a kid, we called tinfoil barbs suicide barbs because of how much they used to try to jump out of the tank.
They stay trying to jump out. Every
Mhm.
time I transfer those fish, they jump.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time. It never fails. They jump.
Yeah, E Money's in here, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sending him 100 foot of hose."
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's my boy
Yeah,
right
and other people, I think it was Upside DIY, says it could be they could have been floods in your area or high levels water, and it could have just messed up the water. And then when you got the garden hose, all that shit was in the water from
there.
this.
That's exactly my thought. Because, like I said, nothing changed except that. That is the one detail that changed in my routine. And as soon as that changed, I had this problem. Now, my cichlid tank, I use the garden hose for that also. Um, it's a thousand times. It looks a thousand times better than that, but it's very hazy.
Hmm.
And I have a FX6 on a 125, so there should be no issues about filtration. I've never had any issues with filtration with that tank. But the
Hmm.
hazing does not want to go away. It is not going nowhere.
Okay.
I have, and I haven't touched that filter, so
Now,
it's
quick
literally
question for
coming.
you. I know you
What's
got a powerful filters in there. Do you have any plants you can swipe from another tank, throw them there, let them start eating up any excess of nutrients that you might not be showing up on your tests?
now? The reason why I haven't done that is because I tried it, and they will waste no time, especially those koi fish, the big ones especially. I put plants in there once, and as soon as I took my hand out, they went and snatched up the plant and literally devoured it. It took them like 5 minutes, and I had like 10 plants in there. It took them like 5 minutes to completely destroy and eat the plant. So plants are like completely out of the question. I can't put them in there
How about
unless.
some pothos if you can drip with, dunk the roots in the tank because
Now
I
I
had
can do
koi.
that. I can do that. Now that I can do. The problem with that is I don't have upper head lighting to
Yeah.
provide the proper lighting for the pothos plant. So all it's gonna do is die anyway.
Well, if you got enough ambient light in your house from other light sources, the pothos will be fine. You know.
Right, but I don't have that. I don't have
Oh,
that.
okay.
You see,
Lily
once I
pad.
unplug, once I the lights in the living room are basically the lights from my fish tank. There's a ceiling fan with a little light bulb on it, and that's pretty much it. That's not enough light,
Hmm.
especially that they're both on opposite sides of the room. Like I have my 125 6 in the back corner, and then
Hmm.
I have my 120 right here in the front corner. So they're like opposite. There's not well enough lighting for them. Not even if I open the windows and let daylight come in there, they still won't get proper lighting. So
Gotcha.
it'd be a waste of a couple of dollars buying the pot those plants, and it'd be a waste of my time setting it up because it's just not gonna work unless I have proper above head lighting.
Hmm. What I've done for pothos,
Yes.
just because I had the same issue with one of my other tanks, because some of them I had, you know how you can buy the tanks with the what is it, three zones with the clay pebbles or whatever you want to call it,
Right, right.
like the aquaculture shit. So I
Uh-huh.
put the clip-on light with like a 4,000 Kelvin LED or incandescent light right there that this clips on. As long as it can clip something, you can just aim the light at it, and the pothos will get more light than it ever needs. you
Right,
know,
right.
but if since you're moving in 2 weeks, like you said, it's probably pointless at this point.
It is. It's absolutely pointless for me to do that because I have lighting like LED shop lights.
Hmm.
I have them sit and stored for the fish room so I can hang them around the fish room so I don't have the lights directly on top of the tank. Um, so like I have lighting systems. I don't want to go out and spend even if it's $10 on that's I'm not doing the greatest in the world right now. So to me, $10 is half a tank of gas that's gonna get me back and forth to work for half the week. So,
Hmm.
I gotta kind of be cautious with how I spend my money.
I hear you. I'm in the same boat.
So I really can't. It's I don't want to make it seem like I'm flat broke because I've been worse, but I don't want to spend unnecessary money that when I move that clip-on light or whatever it is that I buy for it's just gonna end up in a storage room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
To me that makes no sense. So I rather just I rather just go old school and just keep flushing it until I can get it
Hmm.
decent enough to
Right.
stay for a couple of weeks because honestly I can leave it alone and my fish would be fine. I left it alone for a month thinking it was bacteria bloom and nothing happened. Like you know what I mean? The worst that happened was the fish got a little irritated with each other because they were bumping into each other, so they were fighting a little bit. But that's about it. That's normal for not being able to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Fish Tropic says run your 110 Aqua Clear with the floss in it, filter floss. I don't know how much the filter floss is going to take out that algae or whatever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's not gonna work because I have actually have filter floss in it. I have a sponge, I have um carbon, and I have filter floss, and I have the bio rings in it. And then
Hmm.
canister filter, I have 4 sponges. I have medium, fine, and coarse sponges, and 2 trays of bio. So
How
it's
often do you change any of that media?
I changed that media. I changed the media once a month.
Okay.
Once a month I change it, and honestly I can let it go for longer when I do it because I mean it's dirty, but
Well,
it's
you said you're running an FX6 on that, right?
not on that tank. The
Oh,
FX6 on my cichlid tank. That tank has an Aqua Clear 110 and a Cascade 1000 on it.
Okay.
so it should be fine. That's kind of odd.
Yeah,
It's
like everyone's saying, you just need like zeolite or something that pulls like phosphate nitrates. You know, it sounds like this phosphate, so I think zeolite takes phosphate right out.
right.
You know, or Chemi Pure. Put Chemi Pure, the resin will pull all that shit out in a day or
Yeah.
two. You
Now
know?
that's what I plan on doing once I move. I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy some Semi Pure and I'm gonna throw it in all my food and see how that works out.
Hmm.
But I'm just not gonna do it right now. To be honest with you, I can't do it right now. So I gotta use the very little resources I have at the moment. I have spent so much on what I have already that it don't make sense not to use it and go spend more money on something else. So
Makes sense. Yeah, everyone's saying David must not be able to see the chat right now because a lot
nah,
of people are giving suggestions and stuff, and
I
I
can't.
haven't been keeping up with the chat too well because I'm listening to you and thinking
Right,
about it myself. You know.
right. Nah, I can't see the chat at all. When I go through this hangout, the whole chat disappears. I'm literally through the hangout right.
Gotcha.
Dave, so basically, have you blacked out your tank yet?
I have not.
So
I
why
have
don't you
not.
just start with that first?
Like completely blacking it out.
Yeah, so nothing,
I
black it
uh,
out. Just
I
completely black out.
I would do that, and to be honest with you, the reason why I haven't done it is because Larry is very sporadic, and if he already has a hard time seeing because he only sees from the side. Once I black it out, especially at night, like I have to have some type of light on it, which is why I have a LED strip on it, red LED strip. I try to minimize the light, still provide enough to where he doesn't freak out because he bumps into something, he gets scared, he starts. You guys know how iridescent sharks are.
Uh,
Very big fish. Like they're very skittish, and
Mhm.
he's not small. And if he was small, well, I wouldn't be worried about it. Yeah, but I don't want him to hurt himself, smack him into the lid trying to jump out, or
Mhm.
smack into the rock smacks into the glass, cracks the glass. He's very big. He weighs a good at least 2-3 pounds. He's very big. Fat fish.
Yeah. All I could think about is does your LED, can you put it on like the blue lights? Because then you don't have the high Kelvin rating. You know what I mean?
That's what I have, and that's all. Like I have not been turning that light on that tank, not even during the daytime. I've
Okay.
actually, I had they're two little. They sell them at Walmart. I got them from my father. They sell them at Walmart. It's just a blue light. The LED strip is probably like 4 or 5 inches, and I have two of them. One changes a bunch of different colors, and one stays blue. So I leave one on the other side, which is a dark red, and one on the blue one on the other side, which is obviously a dark blue, and it keeps it very dark, but it provides enough light to where they don't get frantic.
Gotcha.
I mean, when they were smaller, I will always turn the lights off, but the sheer size of that fish is you like the camera does no justice for him. He's very big. He's very big. He's bigger than the koi's are. Last thing I want to do is him hurt himself or him kill himself or you know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I haven't blacked it out.
Makes sense.
When you move, you need to make a 40-gallon sump.
That's you know what, and why you just say that, and that is my exact plans. As soon as I build, as soon as I build a stand for it, because the stand it's on is the obviously the PetSmart stand, and there's nowhere to put a sump on it. But once I build the stand, I already have the overflow box, and I have the three tower plastic drawer thing, and I have the tote to put the plastic drawer in, and I have the return pump. I have everything for it. I just need a spot to put the sump in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually my plan for that is to put a sump on that tank. But I'm like I said, I'm not gonna do all of that stuff right now because I'm just gonna have to tear it down, move it. I just gotta take the punches as they come, I guess. You know what I mean?
When do you get to move into your house?
Well, I close on the 12th, so anywhere between the 12th, maybe the after that. Once we close on the house, we sign the paperwork to give the key, but obviously we have to get the electric turned on, have to get
Mm-hmm.
the water turned on. So anywhere within the week of the 12th of January. And honestly, I already have everything set. I have all my transportation stuff, all my totes, my pumps, and everything to transfer the fish. And it's not very far. It's literally like right down the street. So they won't be in transport for very long, but they will be in the tote for very long because I will have to set everything back up. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can go over there and build your stand, so when you do make your move, you can just move the tank directly onto the stand.
right. So my plan for that is, like I said, before I do anything in the fish room as far as upgrading it, um, I'm gonna build a pond. That's where my main resource, my money resources are gonna be first. Um, but what I plan on doing for that is putting all the tanks on opposite walls to from where I actually want them. So let's say if you walk into the room and I want the 125 on the right wall, the right side back wall, I'm gonna put it on the wall directly across. When I build a stand, I build a place and put the tank where I want it, if that makes any sense. So that way I'm not moving the tank twice. You
Makes
understand?
sense.
I don't want to put the tank there and then have to move it to build the thing and then put the tank back on. You know what I mean? I'd rather just put it against a wall where it's not going to be permanent. I build the stand and I just move the tank one time. So I mean, I have it planned out, but my main focus is I know them koi's, and they're not going to be able to be in that 120 for much longer. So I have to like jump on getting them their pond so I can take all the koi out of there and I could just leave Larry and tin foils in there much. Hopefully, hopefully everything works out because I've been really stressing about this and I've been really thinking about the best method for this. And that's pretty much the best I can do is all I can do is the best I can do. So
Well, Priscilla says she's got to get some sleep. She says, "Tell David I love him."
I love you too, Mama. Have a good night.
What about Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, like I said, it's been working for me for the past 4 years until I grabbed this damn garden hose. I got lazy and it fucking bit me ass.
You know, you never know how long that water was sitting in that garden hose too. That initial what was ever in it too. So
Yeah, now see, that's another thing too. Like when I did use the garden hose, like I let it run for a while before.
oh, okay.
I didn't just stick it in the tank and turn the water on because I know it's been sitting. You know what I mean? That's like, I pull it out, I lay it down, I turn
That's
the water on, and I
that's
let it run for like 5 minutes, and then
that's some new guy stuff right there.
yeah,
Mhm.
I use my brain every now and
Yeah.
then.
Only when needed.
Yeah, only when needed. That's right. No, I don't want to do no extra thinking. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You got to pay me for that.
Yeah, you think too much. That's when you really fuck shit up.
Yeah, right. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Priscilla MKR says loves David forever.
Much love, much love.
Right.
That's my girl right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, she sent you some prints.
Yeah, she said as soon as I get the fish room, let her know and she'll send me some prints of the fish room. Pretty dope of her. I don't want no artwork for nobody else, so it's pretty much.
Yeah, New England Endler said still might have some slime in the hose, even though you rinsed it. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah,
knows?
that could be a big possibility. All I know is it came from this outside hose source. That's all I know.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. I don't know.
What kind of hose is it?
It's a rubber hose, a basic garden.
Hmm. Well,
The
you never
green
know
ones?
if you hadn't used that hose to the outside. You don't know how many heavy metals were sitting in it and all that
Yeah.
shit and all that gunk building up and sitting for months. Who knows?
Right.
You know, because if
You
you
know,
didn't use it hardly ever at all during the season.
no, it's used weekly. We wash our cars with it.
Oh, okay.
It's not like it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
It gets
No,
used.
I just didn't know, but I was just giving it. You know, you never
Yeah,
know.
absolutely, absolutely. And that's me knowing this stuff. I don't understand why I let lazy bone trump brain
Hmm.
because it never even
Yeah,
clicked to me.
David, I deal with that every day. I struggle to even get out of bed and go to work.
It never
No
even
joke.
clicked to me that that was a bad idea
What?
until I had this issue.
Like you should find a way to reuse the water that you're taking out of the tank.
Yeah, that's actually that was a good idea because honestly I was thinking the same thing. Um, just running it through a pump with like even like 100, 200 micron sock on it too. You know, that way it'll catch any. You know, because 100, 200 microns is tiny.
Yeah,
That'll
that's
catch
tiny.
a shitload of stuff.
That's tiny. That's actually a good idea. To do that. Like now that I had this experience, I probably won't never ever use the outside water source.
Hmm. Well,
That,
just with the, you know what I'm saying, because the micron sock is so small, it takes a while for that water to percolate through it. You know.
right,
And
right,
if you have a way to store some of that water, so you're not refilling it back up, and you can just run one pump, you know, a pump, because I know you said that you have two pumps. Run one from the bucket that's going from the micron into a clean bucket. You know what I'm saying? Fill up
right,
the
right.
buckets as you work your way out. That way you just refill with the same
Yeah.
water, like Fish Tropics saying.
That makes sense. That's actually a good idea. I
Yeah.
was actually planning on collecting rainwater.
Hmm.
Well, you can cut it down with the rainwater.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true too. Think about that.
Hmm.
So that, like you get a bit of remineralization in it, and like I would even remineralize the water itself.
This water?
Just whatever water you're taking out and polishing and putting back into the tank. When you're done, just remineralize it.
True, because that Micron sock's going to be way better than filter floss.
Now what I need like a how you say that, refrigium or something like that to remove the nitrates and all that shit that's in it.
Well, refrigerants are more for saltwater tanks.
Not
like
really.
Salt, yeah, but yeah, I get what you're saying. You can use it for fresh
the
too.
purpose of the water change is to take out whatever's in it and put fresh water to dilute it, correct?
Correct.
So,
or you could use a. I've seen people use a what do you call it? Protein skimmer in freshwater, but you got to use. I don't even know what to call this biomedia because it almost looks like blue spaghetti. Okay, but this biomedia is like blue and stringy, and you stuff it down into the protein skimmer side when you're using it for freshwater. Or they also make bio balls, which I see those getting lodged in places in the protein skimmer where you can't get them out.
right.
And then
Now
it's just right.
that's like both my both my filters have, my Cascade filter has
Yeah,
2 pounds of porous Eheim
yeah,
biomech,
Yep.
and it has a tray full of bio balls. So
Okay.
out of the 3 trays, 2 trays of bio,
Mm-hmm.
and the bottom tray is mechanical, porous,
Mm-hmm.
fine, medium, sponge, um, topped off with poly. So, like, I, to be honest with you, I'm lost for words because everything I'm trying is not working. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not working. And
yeah.
for me, the other day, I literally did a flush. When I did this flush, I mean, it cleared I had this water looking like the fish were flying. You know what I mean? And for 2 days later, for it to look like that again, I almost freaked out. I
Now,
literally almost shut that tank down and said, "Screw it." The
hey,
only reason
the
why I did,
question for you is: when you did all that flushing, did you flush your canister filter? Because if you didn't flush the canister filter, that's going to reintroduce everything back into the tank.
now that's what I did not do.
Because all that filter meter, the filter floss, that's going to all loosen up because that water's all clear, has nothing real resistance, and again, it's going to pull some of that particle out. You know what I mean?
Right. Now I didn't do the canister, but I did do the Aqua Clear 110.
Yeah.
I thought about doing the canister, but since I did a complete flush, which is almost like a 100% water change, actually without actually taking 100% of the water out, um, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to risk killing off the bacteria that's in
But
it.
as long as you wash it in tank water, you should be okay.
Right.
You know.
Tank water would I be washing it in?
Well, you have other tanks. Take 2.5 gallons from one of your other bigger tanks.
Which makes 1,000%. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Me being frustrated because you guys are giving me insight on things that I already know.
Mm-hmm.
But me being so frustrated with it and me being so irritated with it, like that was the last thing. Everything that you guys are telling me was in the back of my mind. Like I didn't even think about it. To be honest with you, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh, let me not touch that. I'll clean this one, and then next week I'll clean that one because I wasn't expecting for the water to turn back to what it was.
Well, I was just thinking because you probably changed out the filter floss and the 110, right? Just to be safe with fresh stuff. But if you don't you know what I mean?
Right.
But I understand because we've all been there where we've been frustrated. We just give up and say, screw it, let's leave it alone and hope for the best.
Yep.
Right. And that's exactly been my mindset this past. Was just like, and then once I seen that glimpse of hope where I got the water clear,
See, that's
3 hours on it.
That's what happened.
Yep. all that shit came out of the canister.
fresh.
Because
So-
Dave is saying that his water is like super clear for the 2 days, so all like the lights were on, right, Dave?
When the water was clear, yes, I did turn the light.
So there you go. That 2 days,
With what was in the canister filter probably caused
exactly.
Yep.
It just
That's-
reproduced in your tank and
Your
took
fish.
over.
And that's weird because it's a little. I mean, you know,
Ca-
Casper
ca-
1000
cas-
it's a pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty
filter.
big.
But it's
Yeah.
it's not huge. It's not like I could understand if it was out of the FX6, then yeah, that's a lot. But
Yeah, but just think how much it was trapping.
Yep. All
Yeah.
that filter floss and all the other media was retaining all that. And then once you cycled all that fresh water, this slowly over the 2 days that this kept reintroducing.
right, and
It's
I
an
knew
honest mistake, you know. Shit happens, you know.
I knew it seeped from somewhere. I thought it came from the inside of the tank. But now that you guys mention that makes I never even thought about that. I
Yep.
never even thought about. I just the filter's cool. Like I look at the filter from the outside and it's still clean. When I did it 3 weeks ago, so I was like, I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm gonna clean this one, and then next week I'll clean that one, being that the tank are clear.
Yeah, because this canister's in dark condition, so you got all that anaerobic bacteria, and whatever that bloom was, whether it was phosphates, ammonia, or a quick high level of nitrate, but it got eaten up by the beneficial bacteria in your water change, it still was probably just enough of this shit. Like Jason said, or Fish Tropic said, that it just bloomed again out of your canister filter throughout the tank.
And that makes perfect sense.
Because you said you're trenching at least 5, if 6 times, if not more, per hour.
Right.
Over. In 2 days, that's 24 hours. How many tanks did that cycle?
Yeah, a lot.
You know, a couple, 100, couple hundred times, you know?
Yeah.
You know? But,
and nice, fresh, clear water.
yep.
Yeah.
Which actually had all those, really, new minerals introduced and all that shit, too.
See, you could have escaped that one if you had some good sludge remover.
By what?
If you had some good organic sludge remover.
What you mean by that?
Like, you can buy sludge remover. I don't know if API still sells that stuff.
Yeah, they do. I've
yeah,
seen it on
they do.
the
You
racks.
see it all the
Yes,
time.
they do.
I wouldn't suggest using the API product line. I would suggest using the Microlift sludge remover because that stuff's made for ponds, right?
Right. And
So,
that,
once
now
you
that
add
you say
that
that-
in there, it's just going to knock down all the organics and boom, bang, boom, it's going to be clear.
Now that you say that, I've always maintenance this tank with pond products because of the size of the fish, because of everything I use to maintenance this is pond product.
Yeah, it's going to save you money.
So I mean, it works like it works like a charm, but
Works the best.
like this thing has my mind going all different types of. Like, I don't understand.
And this remember, you know how you said you got the 3 different polishing stages or whatever, where it's finer and finer? If you don't have all that shit, don't spend the money on it. Just load that shit up with a shit ton of filter floss if you have enough.
Right.
In each thing, and that'll replace temporarily and get you to where you can get into your house at least. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you can say when you get in the house and money becomes a little bit more available over the next couple months or whatever.
See, if I live near you, I would just come over and treat your tank with potassium permanganate, and your tank would be clear within 24 hours.
Yeah, that sounds really good. that sounds really good.
I don't know if you can buy that in Florida.
I've never heard of it.
Like you should be able to go to like Home Hardware or Home Depot and buy it in a jug.
Do you see that?
Yep.
That's a cucumber.
Nice.
Yeah, the Japanese are putting those on the menu because they're so widely available.
Yeah, I mean,
What, the cucumber?
Yep. Because nobody eats them.
That's mean. That's mean.
Because nobody
Don't
eats
tell me
them.
that. Don't tell me that.
Right?
I just got that guy today.
Because it's funny how you said that, because I was watching a documentary on that, how like all the oysters and everything, because so many people consume them, they're trying to look at alternatives from the sea that nobody eats.
The
So
slug.
cucumber, slugs, jellyfish.
Yeah.
Because
Essentially, that's what a cucumber is a slug, just a giant form, or
Yeah.
they have miniaturized forms, or yeah.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say something or read what KG Sicklets wrote. He said, "This is awesome, you guys figuring this out. Actually, someone being honest and not bullshitting. I love it." Well, that's what it is about.
Oh, yeah,
Fam sticking together, and more heads is better than one.
That's right.
So,
That's right. And why would I not? You know, like that's what I don't understand about people that don't be on. Like like I said, I want to document my experience in the hobby. My and most of it's happy. You know, you're always gonna have that little. And why would I not doc that? I want to take everybody for the ride with me, just like you guys want to take us for the ride with y'all.
right.
Y'all experiences. You guys have been keeping fish a lot longer than I have. So for me not to be honest, I would get nowhere. I would get nowhere because how would I retain any information if I'm not expressing my concerns?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
to me that makes no sense. When people do that, uh, to me they're self-centered because they're worried about how they're gonna look. I don't give a shit how I'm gonna look. I got 5 tanks running. I'm having a problem with one. So you know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. We all gonna have.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Do the math. I got like the same amount of tanks running, and I'm only having a problem with one, and that's my salt water.
Yeah, I mean, so I have to be straight. Just because I don't want to do a video about it because I'm embarrassed about it doesn't mean I'm embarrassed to show my tank. I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what I was talking to Jason about before I started coming back streaming, because you didn't see the stream, but I think last night I kind of went into depth where I kind of disappeared for like 3 weeks after coming back for like 3 weeks.
Right.
And it's just because I had shit financially happen, not like fish wise, but like I was so excited to do this giveaway because I hit 750 subs, whatever. And then shit happened and the money went elsewhere. Real life shit happens.
That's the way the world works, man.
So it's like, and I fell down on my luck and all that shit, and it's like, fuck, I promised this and I guaranteed I was going to do this, and it's like, what do I tell everyone? And didn't help that my depression was kicking in hard then, because it's starting to get around the holidays, and it's like, oh shit, with this money problems, now I'm worrying about fucking Christmas.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, man.
Yeah. So
originally I was supposed to do the closing on the house today. So this is 2 days after Christmas. All right. We were informed of how much the cost was going to be not even a month ago.
Oh Jesus.
So for us to scramble up that money literally took every resource that my wife had. She came up with most of the money because she has more resources than I do here.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? But I can't. I only have but a select few.
Oh, I hear you.
You know what I mean? I'm not from here. All my wife's family's here, so she has her sisters, she has her mother, she has her father, she has. You understand what I'm saying? So, and they all help her.
Oh yeah.
All I have is.
If you can't rely on your family, who are you going to rely on? You know what I mean? And not everyone has a big family and that many connections, where they can borrow money or whatever they need help with,
She was able to put together a little bit of money, but I still.
Oh, Dave, I knew I seen you out on that corner, son.
Pimping it out, right?
You can't hide. I seen you in that
my
skirt.
God.
You can't hide.
So let me get this. They like the mustache ride?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah, they got that mustache. They need that mustache, boy.
This is what I call a French tickler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call him Big Davy D out on the street.
Yeah. So, I mean, she managed to pull together most of the money, but I still had to use all my resources in order for us to make it happen.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm pretty, I've been stumped. We all have problems with it, with depression or whatever. But I'm very good at not letting it get to me, and finding my happy place.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, well, I try to do that every day. Find my happy place just to get my ass out of bed.
yeah. Well,
I-
here's some words of inspiration, Cappy. You know
What's
what my
that?
happy place is?
Where's that?
With my daughter.
Gotcha.
When I see her smile, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a little man. You know,
Yeah, I only see him like 2 or 3 days a week. So.
well, I understand those because I have kids too that I don't see very often.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much almost grown right now. We're not seeing eye to eye. So
Yep.
you know what I mean. So I completely understand that, and but you got to make the best of whatever you got, man. So
Oh
you know
yeah.
what I mean. And sometimes talking about it helps, and
Nothing
just
helps.
sometimes nothing helps. You just got to take it on the chin and keep strolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Da-
what I've been trying to do. So.
yeah. Dave's my real dad, by the way.
Yeah. Right.
God.
Yeah, you see all these grays, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
They shining.
Y'all are fucking with me.
They shining.
My arms itch now. I didn't want to stick my hands in the salt water, but I had to.
Hey man,
Yeah.
There was something falling over, and I wasn't gonna let it sit there on the ground and get algae-fied.
OCD. OCD.
Nick, when are your hands never not in your tank is the question.
They're not in my tank when stuff's not wrong. All right. If I
Yeah.
see something wrong, it just fucking irks me, man.
I
And
know.
Uh,
I know.
Yo, you know what you need to
Except
get
for
is one of
also
those
never scared of anyone.
you need to get one of those picker sticks, man.
Yeah.
yeah, I do. I need to get some tongs or some shit.
Yo, you can go get a plastic picker stick from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
And then you won't have to put your hands in there.
Yeah, I tried that. I still.
I
put my
know
hand-
that's what's killing anything I put in there. You know.
I tried that, and I still put my hands in the tank.
Uh,
I have this algae scrubber. It's
Mhm.
literally like on a 3-foot stick, and when I use it, it just doesn't clean the glass well.
I know, I have the same
So
one.
I
Mhm.
take the little pad, this little green pad I get from work that the dishwashers use, and I cut it in fours, and I got little squares of it, and I put that right on my fingertips, and I hands right in the tank.
It's not. It sounds like the Green Monster. You know. Like
That's
scratch.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Green
No,
Monster.
because like I get the sponges. The organic sponges where nothing will leach into the water, and
Right,
that's
right.
honestly, I don't have an algae scraper. I just use that motherfucking sponge.
Yeah, that sponge. Those
Done.
sponges work well.
Yeah.
Yeah? Go
It-
go
it-
go
when I
go
get-
to a hardware store and get yourself a mechanic scraper.
Yeah.
That will
You-
be the best tool you ever buy in your life. They don't
you
offer
know
them in a
what?
fish store. You can only get them at like a Princess Auto or something like that, right?
My father has one.
Pet Boys.
Pep
The
Boys,
head
there
is
you go.
connected.
Or if you live in a snowy area like myself, you go over and you go buy one of them snow scrapers that only has the one end. The
There you
one
go.
end you want is the plastic scraper, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll scrape everything you don't want in your tank off your tank.
Yeah. Now, see, here's the thing with me. If I miss a spot, I go back in. Now, sometimes you can't get those hard to reach spots with those long sticks. It's
Yeah.
just easier for me to use my hand.
Exactly.
it, 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 it I don't know. That's
I've
a terrible
MacGyvered
habit I
so
have.
many different ways on how to clean a tank. I should just start up like do a video on makeshift ways of cleaning a tank. I think that would be great. People would get kicks out of it.
I
Maybe.
think I think people would get a kick out of it. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, because no, I'm sure none of us have the same methods.
Oh
Oh
no,
no,
I
So
no.
guarantee.
I'm sure
I
none of us have the
guarantee
same.
there's 200 ways to skin a cat and
That's
probably
right.
12 ways you could tell me how to do it right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right. And to me, doing it right is to my satisfaction. So
Right. Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. My way is the right way.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, what is it? It's based on our opinion. It's our opinions. It's in a
right.
way there is no what right way.
Right. It's all trial and error. It's wrong
Exactly.
if it's wrong if you kill something in there. Then it's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
If nothing dies,
You good?
you're
Move
good to go.
on.
See, my problem is I don't want it to be all trial and error anymore because I'm trying to keep, livestock to sell it back to someone to get money.
Well,
And it's
that,
not going to be
Have you been
uh,
successful
you're
yet?
venturing into a different part of the
successful.
hobby. You,
Yeah,
you know,
if
so
I can't
that's
keep it
understandable.
Have
That's
you been
understandable.
going.
successful yet?
Yeah,
You have?
yeah.
What have you been selling?
Fish.
What kind of fish?
I sold catfish 2 weeks ago. Sold cichlids. I'm raising cichlids over at the LFS, seeing how they were born there. I mean, pretty
You
much
still
gonna swap out all my larger cichlids over at this LFS. So
for
Mhm.
real?
Yeah,
vice versa.
I thought about doing that, and like I said, I had two successful batches come out of my African cichlids. Um, but
I've had 8
here,
in the
here's
last. I want to say 3 or 4 months.
here's my way of thinking, though, and this is the reason why I haven't had any more. Is because I got rid of the dad. That was first. I got rid of the dad. I kept the mom, but I got rid of the dad. That was one reason why. And the second reason why is because I enjoy the hobby. I don't enjoy work.
Yeah,
So once the hobby to me feels like work, I'm no longer gonna enjoy it.
that's why I'm not trying to treat it like work. You treat it like something you enjoy
Yeah, but
doing.
I mean that's because you're in the beginning stages. Once you start making money off of it,
Oh yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
It
Then
becomes a
yeah,
job. Yeah.
it becomes a job,
Mhm.
and now you got to do things even when you don't want to do them. When it's
exactly.
when it's just a hobby, it's like I'll do that tomorrow. But when it's your money, you're like I can't wait till tomorrow. What if one of these fish die? I can get $50 for or something like that. Then you see what I'm
Yeah, that's a problematic situation.
right.
What?
So that's the reason why I stopped. I stopped with that. I don't want to breed. I don't want to sell. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to enjoy the hobby for what it is.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
I
Fish is
wasn't
just
trying
being.
to breed.
Hey,
I
real quick. Sorry, this is just hilarious. If anyone has a computer that they can get access to, Fish Tropic saying ready to eat fish assholes and tomato cheese sauce.
But like I was saying, I wasn't trying to breed fish. They just started breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding, and I couldn't control them to the point where they would stop breeding
It's
because they
called
just
pull your males out.
yeah. Well, I wanted them to have fun. I didn't want them to be sexually frustrated, as you would
That
say.
you sound like the perfect wingman, my brother.
Man, I'm bad.
Yeah, so that was my little push away from actually starting reading and stuff like that. I didn't want it to feel like work.
Mhm.
The last thing I want to do is work 12, 14 hours and come home and do more work.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
What is this? Is this real or what?
Manhattan style fish assholes. What the fuck?
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You can literally go tell someone to go eat some fish assholes.
Net weight 14 ounces. Oh, Jesus.
I need to go find my vape.
Oh, hold on. Fresh from the water of Sandpoint Lake, Crane Lake, Minnesota. What the fuck?
Want some walleye assholes?
Walleye assholes. Dehydrated water.
What the? Yeah, I should probably hold my tongue there.
What the hell are you doing, man? All right, I got to take the I got to take it off because watch, someone's going to report the damn video now.
Yo, what is spooge?
Mhm.
Is that a form of like
And
spam?
tomato sauce? What the fuck is that shit?
Oh, Jesus.
Go have some
Where did this
spooge.
stream go all of a sudden?
It went left.
Upside DIY's like, I'll check back later. Back next time. Gotta go rest and start over tomorrow.
Yeah, don't lie. You're gonna go eat some assholes.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Grocery shopping.
Right? Shit, I gotta stop watching my time because I gotta at least get a little bit of fucking sleep before I go to work.
Yeah.
It's almost 4 a.m. here, East Coast.
It's
Yep.
crunch time.
Huh?
It's crunch time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm about to call it a night myself. So it was very fun hopping on here with y'all. It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah, it has.
Glad you guys can help me out a little bit because y'all put some thoughts into my head that.
Oh, yeah. Anytime. Just remember you're not alone. Just reach out to the fishfam.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But you guys have a good night, all right?
All right, David. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, bro.
No problem at all.
See you on the corner tomorrow, buddy.
Yes, sir. I'll be there bright and early.
Make sure to bring some spooge.
Yes, food.
Jesus.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace.
See ya. Wow. That conversation.
My phone, like, kind of kicked out, so I don't know what the hell happened. It was like, it might have happened to David, too. I don't know if he left or not.
Oh, David?
Yeah.
He's done for the night.
Oh, he's done for the night?
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
taking it easy because it's like 4 a.m. here. Just about.
Yeah, it's about 2 a.m. here.
Yeah. So we haven't heard from Big Easy. Did he, like, duck out and cover?
He dropped off. He went to sleep.
Yeah.
He probably plugged in that CPAP octopus machine and knocked off.
Right.
You get how I said knocked off instead of logged off.
Right. Shit, it's all good. Excuse me. And I'm sorry, guys. I've kind of been ignoring the chat, and that's my fault.
I just went and looked at the chat. That's why my camera jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
And it lagged because I couldn't hear y'all at all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, before I couldn't hear you. Like, I came back and it was like lagged out because it wanted to play the YouTube.
So are you have some new feather fish?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
No.
I know. I'm just busting shots.
That's the freaking, man, I can't even think right now. Dreamcatcher.
Yep.
From the old Shawnee territory where most of my family is actually from.
Nice. I knew it was a dream catcher. I was just making it Dumbass
But
joke.
the dumbest thing about it is it's not even made in the USA. I don't
Jesus.
think. Yeah, I think it's made on their land, but not made in the USA. I don't think. I could be wrong. I did get it for like $10. I know that.
Mhm.
But it was in the area of where I guess you could say a lot of my family that would have been around in the 1800s, 1700s, and earlier on would have been. That's why I bought it.
Right.
It was just something to get.
Fish Tropics X. Nick, how is Xbox?
Xbox is down because CenturyLink is down, and I'm talking through my cell phone internet.
Gotcha.
So, Xbox is not great. Because I can't play anything because I didn't get the chance to download a bunch of games beforehand and then go into my settings and allow my settings from this Xbox 360 in here to my Xbox One X or whatever you want to call that thing out there. I don't like the design. I'll be honest.
Mhm.
Playing in 4K is a little bit much. Like after 3 hours of playing Battlefield 5, I get like if I keep playing after 3 hours, I swear to God, I'll have a seizure, dude. I'm not even joking.
Well, honestly, go ahead.
It runs in my family to have strokes and or seizures, but yeah, no, I that shit's too high intensity. It like is to the point like it feels like everything's jumping at you and you're really in the game.
Oh, I know. No, and honestly, I see where the 4Ks are there, on Samsungs and stuff, the actual, really good 4Ks, but still it looks like there's some bleed over sometimes. Like it's
Yeah.
not got a big enough processor for the amount of data that's going through it. And there's no, as far as I understand, there's really no cable company out there that's putting 4K content out. Right? But for a game that's in 4K, you got that. But I mean, I'm sure there's some bleed over when that video card starts getting hot. You know what I mean?
Where is my flashlight? Hold on a sec.
Xbox X. Yep. Teresa, he's talking about the
here.
Xbox X.
I know the flashlight's here. Where did it go? Where did I put it? I have this waterproof flashlight, and I
It's
don't
near
even
your
know
pipe.
Oh, hell no, it isn't.
Teresa Cookie said he's. Oh no. Fish Tropic says, "What is your favorite cichlid, guys?" My favorite cichlid right now, if I could keep it and I had a big enough tank, I like Dove Eyes. I don't know, something about that mean, aggressive jerk, fish.
Aha!
He's found it, Captain. That actually sounds good. Some Captain and Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely wouldn't be going to work if I started drinking Captain and Coke at this point. VB says, "Go to bed." Fish Tropic says, "Pop, go make some walleye assholes. Yum." Captain Coke. Yep. New England Enders. Peacocks. Laugh out loud. Yep. All right. I think I'm going to cut this stream. What's it? 3:57. I'll go for like another 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, but that's it because it's getting late and I got to kind of shut all the lights off, shut everything down, and hopefully I can take Molly out one last time where she doesn't wake me up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning looking to go back out. Because I had that long bio break and I was taking her outside so she could use the bathroom at like 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning.
I don't even remember why I went upstairs just now. I
Sounds
think it
like you're
was
overtired and you need some sleep.
no. I
Uh,
think I was checking the internet, and I think it said it was back on. So,
mm-hmm. Yep,
but
fish drop is that's it. Call it.
I could be
BB23.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call it. Oh wait, no, I was looking for my vape. That's right. Shit, man, my short-term memory is shit.
A fish tropic says you're sleepwalking, Nick.
Don't tell me that, because I do that.
Mm-hmm. Teresa Cookie says, I have a busy day tomorrow, so bedtime for me. Thanks for the stream. See y'all. Thanks, Teresa, for coming in, showing your support. I truly appreciate it. And you know what? I know you don't want me to call it, Nick, but I'm done.
Good
Screw
night.
it. Yeah, all right, man. Maybe I'll, when I get up in the morning, if it's like not too late and I feel all right, maybe I'll do another quick, like maybe Instagram live stream or Facebook, something small for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. I have no idea where I put my vape.
And Fish Tropic's like, man, I got some water changes to do today. Yeah, same here. I want to do 50 or 60% water change to the 75 gallon. And that's going to take me a little bit. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming over from the other stream into this one so we could get a Google Hangouts going. It was fun. Thanks.
Good night.
Nick.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Fish Tropic.
Zama.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Christian.
man.
Thanks, Big Easy. And thanks, David. And who was the other one that came in? I'm trying to remember his name.
Christian.
No, Christian's still here. The other guy that kind of dropped off because he said his phone was dying or something. Long Island Fish guy.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you again. If this is your first time and you've watched the stream till now, I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell and turn on notifications so you'll know when the next time I stream or put content out is. Thanks again, everyone. Peace out. Have a good night. See you later today or later tonight when I get home from work. Later.